Well, hi, this is Dr. Mark Hitchcock. I want to welcome you to Marking the End Times. This is a show that's designed to help you understand the world we live in today in light of Bible prophecy. And we all know there are a lot of things converging today that make us believe and really lead us to believe that the coming of Jesus Christ could be at any moment. And what I want to do today is I want to talk to you about something that's really taken the world by storm, and that's artificial intelligence, especially something that's called ChatGPT. You may have heard of that. You may have already used it. But I want to talk about that and give you a lot of good information about this. This is really leading to, I think, a lot of the things that are predicted about the empire of the Antichrist. Then when we go into the subscriber section, I want to answer several questions about the rapture. One question is, what happens if the rapture happens when I'm asleep at night? Another question is how does the rapture relate timing-wise to the coming apostasy in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2? And another question about the rapture in relationship to Revelation chapter 4 and John there being caught up to heaven. So several questions about the rapture and the timing of the rapture that we'll look at in the subscriber-only section. But for the main program here on Marking the End Times, I want to talk about ChatGPT. Now, here's a couple of headlines I've read. One says, "What is ChatGPT and why does it matter? Here's everything you need to know." Another article, another title says this: "Why everyone's obsessed with ChatGPT, a mind-blowing AI chatbot." Now, I'll kind of decipher what a lot of that means in case you're not familiar with this, but AI is artificial intelligence. Chat has to do just with talking or conversation, and the word bot refers to a robot. So it's an artificial intelligence, chat or kind of voice or speaking bot or robot. And GPT there stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformer. So this is a ChatGPT. Now, a lot of people ask, well, what is ChatGPT? Well, let me read from one of the articles I read how it's described. ChatGPT is a natural language processing tool driven by AI technology that allows you to have human-like conversations and much more with a chatbot. The language model can answer questions and assist you with tasks such as composing emails, essays, and code. Usage is currently open to public free of charge because ChatGPT is in its research and feedback collection phase. So it's an artificial intelligence that will talk with you and carry on a conversation and can give all kinds of information. Now, interestingly, Microsoft is hugely invested in this, or very invested is Microsoft. Here's some of the things you can do. You can ask it to come up with creative holiday gift ideas for specific family members. You can ask it about birthday gifts. You can ask this to explain physics. Here are a couple of examples that were given. It says, for example, you can ask it encyclopedia questions like explaining Newton's law of motion. You can tell it, write me a poem, and when it does, say, now make it more exciting, and it'll make the poem more exciting. You can ask it to write a computer program that'll show you all the different ways you can arrange the letters of a word. So it'll answer questions, it'll write essays, it can write computer programs. So it has advanced conversational abilities. Now, one of the things that they'll say on there is they give a warning that it may sometimes generate incorrect answers. And there's been some funny things put online about some of the wrong answers or false answers it's given. But their statement is, well, after all, it's not omniscient. It doesn't know everything. So some of the information on there could be wrong. But here's one that I thought was fascinating, what someone said. Said, when I ask it, is it easier to get a date by being sensitive or being tough? GPT responded in part, some people may find a sensitive person more attractive and appealing, while others may be drawn to a tough and assertive individual. In general, being genuine and authentic in your interactions with others is likely to be more effective in getting a date than trying to fit a certain mold or persona. Well, that's a really good answer. Don't try to, be assertive if you're not, or tough, or don't try to be sensitive if you're not. Just be yourself. So some of these answers that are given are really amazing. It's been said about this that the possibilities of this are endless. The possibilities are endless. ChatGPT was created by OpenAI, an AI and research company, and it came online on November 20th of last year of 2022. It's going to be available in March in China. And from what I've read, it's not available there now, but it's sending China into a frenzy. I mean, they can't wait for this. So it's going to really take China by storm. One article I read has a little subheading. It says, how big a deal is ChatGPT? Well, a few days after its launch, more than 1 million people were trying it out. Millions and millions of people now have gotten online and tried this out. Here's a couple of fascinating quotes by Elon Musk. He actually was one of the co-founders of this company called OpenAI before leaving. He said this, ChatGPT is scary good. We're not far from dangerously strong AI or artificial intelligence. Dangerously strong that's going to get into really some scary stuff. Another thing that Elon Musk said about this is fascinating to me. He said, with artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon, or some translations have the devil. We're summoning the devil or summoning the demon. I think he's saying a lot more there than he realizes, because this is going to be used by demonic forces in probably all kinds of ways that we could never imagine. Many are saying that this forum here is going to replace some jobs. Computer programmers may not be needed anymore. This can program computers. They won't need people for media planning and buying. It will take that over. Actually, they're saying that some legal functions. ChatGPT passed a law school exam. It also passed an MBA exam. So this technology is astounding in what it can do. Now, here's a fascinating thought about all this. One person wrote this: people are expressing concerns about AI chatbots replacing or atrophying human intelligence. For example, the chatbot can write an article on any topic efficiently, though not necessarily accurately, within seconds, potentially eliminating the need for a human writer. The chatbot can also write an entire full essay within seconds, making it easier for students to avoid learning or to write properly. This has led to some school districts blocking access to it. Here's another thought. This is astounding. In the next 25 years, AI will evolve to the point where it will know more on an intellectual level than any human being. Now listen to this. In the next 50 or 100 years, an AI might know more than the entire population of the planet put together. So you'll have an artificial intelligence bot here, a robot, that'll know more than all the combined knowledge of all the people on Earth. So how do you access this? Well, you access it by simply, you visit chat.openai.com and you can create an OpenAI account. Anyone can go there and listen to this and ask these questions. So here's kind of the bottom line to this and what I've read. It says, so ChatGPT is doubtless showing us the way toward our tech future. It's showing the way towards the tech future in the world. Now, there's all kinds of implications, I think, about this for prophecy and global control and the empire of the Antichrist. But one thing that came to mind to me when I read about this is in Revelation chapter 13. In Revelation 13, the first 10 verses are about the coming Antichrist. But beginning in chapter 13, verse 11, we have another beast here introduced, another world leader, who's the false prophet. And he's kind of the henchman, really, of the Antichrist. He's kind of the propaganda minister. Some have called him the Antichrist worship leader. But it says in Revelation 13:11, I saw another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spoke like a dragon. And he exercises all the authority of the first beast. The first beast here is the Antichrist. And he makes the earth and all who dwell in it to worship the first beast whose fatal wound was healed. It's talking about the death and resurrection of the Antichrist. He performs great signs so that he even makes fire come down out of heaven to the earth in the presence of men. So he's demonically energized and supernaturally empowered to do miracles. And then it says, he deceives those who dwell on the earth because of the signs it was given to him to perform in the presence of the beast, telling those who dwell on the earth to make an image to the beast, who had the wound of the sword and has come to life. And it was given to him to give breath to the image of the beast, so that the image of the beast would even speak and cause as many as do not worship the image of the beast to be killed. So in the end times, this second beast, this false prophet, he's going to have an image made of the Antichrist. And we know from places like 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 that this image is going to be placed in a third rebuilt temple in Jerusalem in the Holy of Holies. And it's going to be an image of the Antichrist. And people all over the world are going to be called upon to worship that image. It's called by Daniel, and it's later referred to by Jesus as the abomination of desolation. This is going to be part of the deception and delusion that's going to take place in the end times. And people are going to have to bow down to that image and worship that image and worship the Antichrist. So it's going to be kind of like Daniel chapter 3. Remember, all the way back at the beginning of the times of the Gentiles, there was a Gentile king who demanded worship of an image. We get to the end of the times of the Gentiles, there's going to be a Gentile world ruler, the Antichrist, who's going to demand that everybody bow down to an image as well. And he says he's going to give breath to this image so that it will speak. Now, I don't think this is going to be sleight of hand or just technology. It's not going to be a bot, but it's going to be a true artificial intelligence that will actually be animated. It'll be an animated statue. That doesn't say it gives it life, but it's given breath. So again, this will be part of the supernatural power of the false prophet. But you see these bots today, these chat bots that can talk and have this artificial intelligence. Someday the Antichrist, the false prophet, are going to have an artificial intelligence, a statue that's actually animated and can speak. So what we see today is AI, it's artificial intelligence. This will be AI, this will be abomination of desolation intelligence that's coming. And what we're seeing in the world today, I think, is a setup for people as they see these kinds of things. When this takes place, it's going to go far beyond anything that man has ever imagined. And people have to worship that image or they'll be killed. That's where all of this ultimately, I think, is headed. Well, thank you so much for watching this part of the program. We're going to go now to the subscriber-only section where I'm going to answer several good questions about the rapture. If you're not a member of endtimes.com, a subscriber, you can go to endtimes.com and subscribe there for $7 a month, and you can get programs like this and a large archive of programs as well that you can watch. And so I hope you'll do that. But we'll move now into the subscriber section and answer some questions.